Hello everyone, this is Cherry coming to you with another video. But before I get started, I would like for you guys to comment and subscribe. So, I'm going to do a story time with you guys. I want to do a story time telling you guys how I became homeless. Now, I used to be married. I got married back in, I think it was 2007. And when you first get married, everything, you be in love, your head be in the clouds. So that's where my head was. So in the beginning, everything was cool, everything was good. But as time went on, I'll say maybe 5 years went by, 5 or 6 years went by, things started going downhill. I tried to stick it out, we tried going to counseling, and for some reason that wasn't working. So it takes two. I put my best foot forward. 6, 7 years went by. Things started going downhill. Then we tried going counseling again, talking to the pastor, and I started noticing shady things about this person. I'm not gonna give no names, but people that know me, they know him. So he started doing like shady things, and I'm not going to look for anything, what don't come to the dark will sure enough come to the light, and it did. So we going to church, you get to know, fellowship with some of the members at church. And so I knew this young lady. So come to find out, my husband was messing around with this young lady. She stopped speaking to me, and I couldn't figure out why she stopped speaking to me. She stopped speaking to me because she was creeping with my husband. Well, my ex-husband. So, we went to counseling about that. She said that she didn't know. I ain't gonna give the young lady's name, but she lied and said she didn't know that we were married, which she knew we were married. But anyway, like I said, before I even knew all of this, I knew something wasn't right. I knew something wasn't right. So, I would start praying, getting on my knees every night, asking the Lord, Lord, if this marriage is meant to be, let it be. If it's not, let us go our separate ways. So, time, went on, and I noticed, when he would go to work, he'd come back late. He was just doing basically what he wanted to do. He was acting like he was single. So, I was like, okay. So, I prayed about it, and I knew once I couldn't deal with it no more, I knew eventually something was going to happen. So we finally did go our separate ways, but I knew when we were going to go our separate ways, I knew I was going to wind up homeless, and that's what happened. Yeah, I had family. I have a big family, but I was just going through so much, and I just didn't want that burden on them. It was just something I had to go through. I had to live with it. I had to get it out of my system. And my family, they live deep east, and I'm way out here. And I just didn't want to be around. When you hurt, you don't want to be around anybody. You just want to be to yourself. So I started this job, and I was a temp. So I had to find somewhere to stay. So I found this hotel, and I was staying at this hotel. So when I started this job, I pulled the coordinator to the side, and I asked her, can I talk to her? And she said, sure. She was nice about it. So we went outside and started talking, and I was like, such and such. I said, I need to know if this job is permanent, you know, or temporary. And she was like, well, Miss Hogan, I can't tell you that right now. She said, because you just started. And she said, well, why did you ask? And I said, because I'm homeless and I need a job. You know, I have to pay, you know, where I'm staying. And she said, well, where are you staying? I told her, you know, that I was staying at a hotel. And she felt for me. You know, she started crying. She asked me, did I have a car? You know, she really showed me that she, you know, that she cared about me. So she was like, well, let me get back with you tomorrow. I'll let you know. And when I came in that next morning, she pulled me to the side and she was like, Miss Hogan, we're going to put you in another zone. We're going to hire you in. I thank God so hard. I thank God so hard. But prior before that, I was like homeless, you know, for a year. You know, I was just out there, you know, just trying to feel my way through. So I'm, you know, going to work every day, going back to the room where I was staying. I basically wanted to give up on life. I tried so hard to keep my marriage, but it's hard when it's one person, you know, doing everything, you know, and then on top of that, you being disrespected, you know, and I couldn't do it, you know. You're not going to keep disrespecting me, you know, and you're doing what you want to do. No, it don't work like that. So I knew, you know, when I walked away, I knew the Lord wasn't going to put me through no more than I could bear. But I just felt like I was in a storm and it was just raining on me and it was just never going to stop. So I cried. I called on my mom. I called on my dad, you know, like I just wanted to go where they was because I just felt like there was no more hope for me. And at one point, I couldn't even talk about this. I couldn't tell this story. But Lord, I thank you so much. I can talk about this. I can tell my story without me tearing up. Because every time I try to talk about it, I can just feel a hurt in my heart. But baby, not no more. Not no more. You live and you learn. Should nobody ever be, even in a relationship, marriage, you know, you being disrespected, talk to any kind of way. Should no one should have to live that way. And you reap what you sow, though. I just thank God he kept me out of harm's way. Because at one point, I just felt like I did not care. I tried to give it up. I tried to commit suicide. I just didn't care. I didn't care. I tried everything I possibly could, you know, but one person can't do it. You know, it takes both of y'all. And you know, it got to the point where, you know, things started messing around the house. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. So I worked. I put in a lot of overtime, and I found a little apartment that I'm in now. When I moved here, I didn't have anything. I had clothes on my back and a couple of more items. Now, when I moved out of my apartment from when I was married, I had to put everything in the storage. And around that time, I was working at another job. They closed the doors. They let everybody go. So at that time, I wasn't working. So they sold my storage for $200. All my furniture, brand new furniture, clothes, everything. They sold everything for $200. So I was hurt. So, but I look at it, I didn't look at it then, but I look at it, you know, I looked at it as time went on. It was just materialistic stuff. It comes and goes. You know, when I was going through what I was going through,
It was all a lesson learned. You know, we have a jealous God. You can't put nothing or no one before God. You know, I had to learn to humble myself. And, you know, like I said, you live and you learn. So now I say today, I will put nothing or no one before the man upstairs. Nothing or no one. My God is a mighty God. You know, He brought me through a long way. Just didn't think I was gonna make it. I didn't think I was gonna make it. You know, I just thank God. You know, I'm here. I'm here to tell my story. And thank you guys for listening. Bye.